Joining us now is the Republican from Tennessee, Congressman Tim Burchett. Congressman, thanks for being here on the Hill. You see that poll? That's a majority of America, Congressman, that feels that Donald Trump should be prosecuted. That worry you?
Well, it's Burchett, and no, it doesn't. You look at the polling numbers that, pollsters don't lie, just polls. Look at his numbers when he ran against Hillary Clinton. Nobody picked him. You can go back and watch the YouTube videos of the talking heads crying all night. So every time they indict Trump, his numbers go up. That's what, maybe that won't happen to Tim Burchett. I don't think I'll ever be indicted, but I'm sure my numbers would drop. And so it just, it doesn't, I don't pay much attention to that stuff. It doesn't, I don't know who they're calling on these things. I've never been called. You've got a judge telling folks that, that Trump can't talk about the issues, and yet he can be attacked on those issues. And so you're stifling First Amendment rights. You're stifling his ability to campaign. So we've all seen this time and time again. This is anything to take the Biden crime family off the front page of the paper is being done. And that's exactly what's happening. You got $20 million paid to the family for who knows what. And yet, we can't even see where the IRS is even sent. They paid any taxes on it. You and I spend $600 or buy $600 worth, or sell $600 worth of goods on eBay. We're getting a letter from the dadgum IRS. So
you're talking about the Inflation Reduction Act there. One of the things that was put in.
And you know who's not going to run on the Inflation Reduction Act? Democrats. They're not going to. Biden might, but I don't think he will. He can tout all he wants to about it, but when you're paying $700 more for groceries than I did last year every month, that's pretty significant.
Congressman, back to the former president, Donald Trump. Here was his vice president, Mike Pence, earlier today. I'll get your reaction on the other side.
The Georgia election was not stolen, and I had no right to overturn the election on January 6th.
The governor in Georgia, Brian Kemp, also recently said that the election was not stolen. Of course, Donald Trump takes the other position there. Who's right?
Well, all I can talk about is Tennessee. Our Secretary of State does an excellent job, and nothing was stolen in Tennessee. The people who won, and the people who lost. So, in Georgia, I don't know. They had irregularities all over the country, which they do every year. We've got a president. We need to move on. It's just like the folks who you would sit around all day and tell me, Burchett, Obama wasn't born in America. And I'd say, well, dadgummit, nobody cares. We got a country to run. I don't really care about all that stuff. I'm on the ballot then too. Coming up. So the vice president's correct from his perspective. He is correct.
I wonder, though, if this is going to be sort of a fissure in the Republican Party, because you got Donald Trump saying one thing, Mike Pence and others, you say, I want to move on. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump right now is the de facto leader of the Republican Party. And folks like yourself are going to have to answer for his comments, are you not?
I don't know. I haven't had to as of yet. I don't really worry about all that stuff. It's just we got a country to run, and we need to start running it. If we focus on that, that might get us through a primary. But the general election's coming up. We better hit them with some real issues about where this economy is, where it was under Trump, where we are in the world's eyes view, $114 billion unchecked dollars to Ukraine. I mean, go down the list. The debacle in Afghanistan, just everything.
Hey, Congressman, we have to go. But before we do, I want to ask you, because I know you're on the front lines of the UAP story. Are we anywhere closer to a select committee, and have any other whistleblowers come forward? Is there any update you can give us on that front, sir?
Yeah, we got people lined up. If Speaker McCarthy will assign that committee, we will have subpoena powers, and it will provide the whistleblowers with some protection, and we can get this out of the skiff and get it to the public. I want the public to see what I've seen and to hear what I've heard, and let them make the decision.
Who would you subpoena?
I would subpoena some pilots. I would subpoena. I would probably bring back David Grush and let him talk about what he knows outside of the skiff, because you're provided some of that protection in that special committee if you're allowed to do that. All this is the Pentagon. Now they're saying they're seeing these opinion polls, as you all like to quote, that more Americans think there's something going on. So, yeah, now they want to study it, and Chuck Schumer is going to give them a few more $1 billion to study it. I don't want to study it anymore. I just want them to release the files. I want complete transparency. That's what you all in the media asked for. That's what I'm asking for as a congressman. Just let me see the files. I'll make the decision. You know, they won't even turn loose the Kennedy files. Nobody's alive that was involved in the assassination. Yet every president, Reagan, Bush, both Bushes, Clinton, Obama, Trump, and now Biden, they've all hidden those files. Why? Power, corruption, cash. That's what runs Washington. We need to clean house.
Congressman, I did botch your name. Thank you for calling me out on it. Congressman Tim Burchett.
That's all right, brother. I usually don't do that, but
from the state of Tennessee. It's all good. It's all good, sir. It's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Have a good one. We'll have you back on soon.